And here were the Heat coming into the building earlier on, looking as dapper as ever. Their goal, as always, protect their home court. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, with David Aldridge roaming the sideline. Here's the starting group for Houston. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Thompson is out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Van Vliet in at the 1 spot. And for Miami, Adebayo is out there with Wiggins. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the 5 spot. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Here we go. It'll be the Heat off the tip. Now Hero. The tray. Şengün with the rebound. Van Vliet against Hero. Here's Şengün. And Ware pulls it down. Now Hero. Outside Robinson. Green against Wiggins. Lets the 3 fly. The Rockets pull it in. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, Kevin, I did speak with head coach Eric Spoelstra. He told me that Şengün won't be easy to contain. He pointed to his passing ability and said they can run their offense through him whether he's in the post or at the top of the key. He added his scoring, and he presents a unique challenge. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. RJ, the Rockets don't just have young talent. They have elite young talent.
Yeah, you can have all the high draft picks in the world. That doesn't mean you're going to hit on the right guys. But Houston, they certainly have.
Passes it to Hero. Thompson with the rebound.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Brooks, the pass to Şengün. And some nice passing there by Houston. And Green gets it to go.
And hey, look, Green can make threes, especially from a shorter corner area.
Hero against Van Vliet. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Şengün with the rebound.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
Van Vliet kicks to Green. Şengün inside. Guarded by Robinson. The Heat have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Always going up for the alley-oop here. They grab their own miss. Misses from close range. And so Brooks will bring it up for Houston. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And you have to like how active Brooks is on the floor. Working hard to be where his team needs him on that break.
Wiggins outside. 11 feet away. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
And when you think about Andrew Wiggins, championship-level defender for sure.
He can get in a guy's shirt without fouling him. He has the lateral movement to keep ball handlers in front of him. Really tough to do, especially in isolation.
Free throw good, Wiggins. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Now, here's Green. Last game, 26 points.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Robinson kicks to Hero. Back to Robinson. Higgins outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's the three. Connects from three-point range. Wiggins has got 7.
Over his career, we've seen Wiggins improve that three-point shooting game. Credit Andrew for putting in the work.
And it's good for 2.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And Van Vliet, not the same scorer he once was, Richard, but he has improved his playmaking.
And that's the adjustment that Van Vliet needed to make. The scoring doesn't always have to be there for him. But if he can set up, facilitate, and be a game manager, he'll find a large role.
So both teams making some changes here. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Eason finds Whitmore. And he slams it down right on top of Bam Adebayo.
And when he gets downhill, Whitmore is a force.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Rozier the pass to Adebayo. On the wing, Hawkins. Outside, Rozier. His three-pointers off the mark. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Smith against Hawkins. Smith, no luck.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Mitchell passes to Hawkins, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Nice, clean bounce pass. Sometimes the fundamentals are all you're going to need.
And Cam Whitmore picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And Miami making a change here. Anderson's checked in.
Now in the game, Kyle Anderson.
No good with the layup. Rockets have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. There's the drive and the dunk by Eason.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammates.
And here are the Heat now. The Rockets making the shot. And the foul on Tari Eason. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
.54 seconds left in the first quarter. Rockets have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Smith on the wing. Back to Whitmore. The offensive rebound. Adams. And Adams with the slam.
They have to put a body on Adams. He's too good of an offensive rebounder to not pay attention.
On the wing, Mitchell. Whitmore defending. Highsmith's shot is off.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start. And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Rockets shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
He's off on the first. Jeff Green is checked in for Steven Adams. That one misses. The Heat trail by 4. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Rozier. No, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Cam Whitmore.
It's nice to see Rozier being the aggressor, dictating the action, putting the defender on defense.
The Heat have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
You know, and every year, it just seems like Rozier gets better. You see his drive, the hunger, the desire to keep improving. Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And that does it for the first quarter. Rockets on top. They lead by 5. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Houston.
They've made a point to take what's given to them in the mid-range. The jumpers are falling for them so far.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. At the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Dylan Brooks out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Green in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Ware. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the D-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin. And you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man. And I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Houston shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And he makes the first. And RJ, even without a consistent jumper, Amen Thompson has proven to be a productive player.
And that jumper should develop over time. But he does everything else at a high level. He's extremely versatile, especially on that defensive end, Kevin.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Bam Adebayo is checked in for Jaime Jaquez. And it's Duncan Robinson in for Terry Rozier. Ware dishes to Robinson. Kicks to Ware. 5 on the clock. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
Putting something extra on it. Wiggins showing off what he can do.
Here's Van Vliet. And it's blocked. Green against Robinson. Hero on the wing. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Hero's got his first points in this one.
From Duncan Robinson.
Van Vliet with it. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Fires from 14, and Ware pulls it down. Ware's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense. That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
A new lineup here for Houston. Over to the wing. Here's Whitmore. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Hero against Holiday. Hero attacking. Here's Ware. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Ware's got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh, nice ball movement. Hero's an underrated passer. Makes great decisions.
Holiday, Adams trying to free himself up. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. So for the Heat, last game a loss to the Pistons. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Take a look at the Heat. They're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs.
Well, right now for Miami, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them
up on that next level.
And you have to wonder if this roster can get to that next level. They have talent, but if it doesn't come together, they might have to shake it up.
Mitchell, he's checked in for Hero. And Adebayo with the basket on the assist by Robinson. And that ties it up.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
The pass to Robinson. Loads it up for Adebayo. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Robinson's got 3 assists now in this one. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Pass to Whitmore. He kicks it to Smith. Over Adebayo. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
It'll be a jump ball. Salto.
And so here is Houston. Robinson with it. Now Smith defending. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. The Rockets making a switch here. Green's checked in. Mitchell against Holiday. Now here's Mitchell. D right on him. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
The shot by Holiday, no good. The Heat have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Eason. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Eason. And here's a look at some numbers for Bam Adebayo. They've got the opportunity to get the lead back.
And they've been waiting for this chance all game long.
Mitchell passes to Highsmith. He dishes it to Wiggins. Offensive rebound. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Cam Whitmore.
Smart use of the fake. Andrew Wiggins, high IQ basketball from the Canadian.
And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession.
Rozier, he's checked in for Miami.
I've been impressed to see Wiggins adjust and become a quality defensive stopper. He is fully committed to playing lockdown D on the wing.
Şengün. And it's Miami with the rebound. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
And that is why coaches preach about the details. The margins in this league are razor thin.
That's it. The Miami lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Thompson.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Almond will blow right by you.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Wiggins in the post. Working on Green. And that one's good. Wiggins.
Well, how about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Thompson from long range. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for Miami. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Here with Andrew Wiggins. Andrew, for you personally, a great first half. You really got to the rim a lot of times. What are you seeing out there?
Just a mindset to attack the rim early, try to mark my presence.
We certainly saw you in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Andrew Wiggins led the way in the first half. He ended up with 15 points and 3 rebounds. And last game, he could never really get going. Maybe that lit a fire under him tonight. Kenny, let's get your take on Miami.
There's been a ton of energy in this building tonight. And the way this one's going, they're going to need the energy down the stretch. It's a tight ball game, and their fans know how to give them a lift when they need it.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
Got to give some credit to the energy of their bench. Second-year guys are trying to make a name for themselves tonight. And you know, I like to fire them to the starters, baby.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
They've got Wiggins. Robinson is out there with Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Van Vliet against Hero. This is to Robinson. Pass to Wiggins. Over Brooks. And he overshot that one, missing. Rockets trail by 3. Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
And he can't get the first one.
But Green is one of those players that always finds a way to create something offensively that gets his team good looks.
And he sinks the second. And here is Hero. Wiggins outside. Back to Hero. Unloads from 13. And good that time. Hero's got the lead up to 4 now for the Heat.
And when you watch Hero play, it's no surprise he's a gym rat. He can score from any spot on the floor.
Important point there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Robinson kicks to Hero. Shot clock at 5. Here's Adebayo. And Thompson sends it back. A three-pointer. Wiggins. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Passes it to Şengün. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for Miami. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Hero against Van Vliet. Hero passes to Adebayo. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Thompson.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
The Heat have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Here's Jaquez. And he banks in the layup. Jaquez has got his second bucket of the night.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
He certainly, DA, is a two-way threat. Robinson on the wing. He's covered by Eason. Robinson misses.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Van Vliet passes to Smith. The dish to Thompson. Shoots over Hawkins. Smith, no luck. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Miami Heat. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. And the rejection by Smith.
A relentless defender. Smith proving how disruptive he can be on that end. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Now a timeout called by Miami. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Jeff Green is checked in for the Rockets. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Rozier the pass to Hawkins. To the inside. Highsmith's shot is off.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That's his first foul. Here's Thompson. 7 points in the game. Outside, Green. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And Miami shooting a meager 37% for the game. And finished off by Anderson.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Thompson. Lays it up off the glass. Thompson's got 9 points.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Rozier finds Anderson. Great D that time from Green. The Rockets have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Smith draws contact on the shot, and now as he'll head to the line.
First personal foul.
Yeah, scouts have said Smith needs to get stronger, and maybe that's the case, but he sure muscled that one.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far for the Rockets.
Look, they're getting good looks inside. It's been a point of emphasis all night long, but I love this hard-nosed attitude of this team.
And we also got to talk about the damage they've done inside. The opposition having a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint.
And the basket by Rozier.
He's a competitor. Even amongst the trees, Rozier has such confidence in his ability to finish.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. The Heat trail by 3. There's 53 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. The pass to Eason. Houston with a new 14.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Anderson outside. Hawkins outside. It's rebounded by Houston.
Got a good look there, but just not able to hit from the mid-range.
Green against Rozier. Green dishes to Thompson. To the paint. Here's Smith. With the second effort. Kept alive.
How about the little guy throwing himself on the glass?
Amen Thompson, he's feeling it tonight, and he has been the driving force for the Houston Rockets. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We come back right after this. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
Trust each other. Let's get that ball moving. Right? Ball moving. No holds. No holds.
Well, moving the ball is so important to these coaches.
I mean, it helps make the offense run smoothly, Kevin. When you move the ball, more scoring opportunities open up.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Alperen Sengun out there with Tari Eason. And it's Van Vliet in at the point. Rozier the pass to Wiggins. Here's Highsmith. Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets. And then on Tuesday, they'll take on Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
And you know, for that matchup with Atlanta, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
And Miami making a change here. Ware's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Rockets leading by 6. Outside, Green. And he makes good on the layup.
Making things happen amongst those trees. Green, he's pretty relentless.
Heat shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Hero passes to Highsmith. Wiggins against Green. And it's Wiggins missing.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Eason. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. And now a 10-point Houston lead.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Here's Ware. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. When you compare, Richard, the NBA to the other major sports leagues, you have to be proud of the way things are run.
The NBA is a global league that focuses on global expansion, more so than any other major sport in the United States. And when it comes to the players, there isn't a league that treats their players better.
The Heat making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. And he can't hit the second. Rockets leading by 9. Van Vliet with it. Now defended by Adebayo. Here's Eason. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And that one misses. And it's Wiggins with the ball for the Miami Heat. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. And that will be the third of 5 straight played at home. Kicks it out to Hero. Elbow shot. Count it.
And you can expect him to make it when the D is trash like that.
The Rockets have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Here's Green. It's hauled in by the Heat. Robinson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered.
Hero, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Here's Şengün. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
Adebayo down low. He's covered by Eason. Adebayo with the bucket.
Just playing so strong down low. Adebayo knows you got to be ready for the fight inside.
Houston moving the ball around. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Eason's got 6 here in this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Hero, no good. Houston leading by 9. Green, the pass to Eason. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. And another 3 for Houston.
This is Van Vliet's calling card. He's actively looking to fire from deep.
They get a hand on it. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
Miami ball.
Thompson, he's checked in for Tari Eason. Timeout called the Rockets. Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Amen Thompson.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he could be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
Teams need contributions from everybody to win on the road, not just the stars. And he's done more than his share tonight. An outstanding performance. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Ime Udoka's huddle. Now, he wants his team to stop playing it safe. He said, we've got this lead by doing what we do, and we can keep it if we don't get too cautious. Play our game. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Unloads. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Hero's got 6 in the quarter.
And there's no hesitation from Hero. When the shot's there for him, he is looking to let it fly.
And they get it back. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. The Heat trail by 10. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Van Vliet.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Rockets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight we'll make it 46.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep, and that has to be a relief.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Amen Thompson.
You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
From Bam.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Van Vliet passes to Şengün. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. And the Rockets lead by 12.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
And as it should be. To be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
Şengün kicks to Thompson. Puts up a three. Bucket's good.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. See you next time.